Madagascar lies in the Indian Ocean, some 250 miles off the southeast coast of Africa. Separated from the mainland nearly 200 million years ago, 85% of its flora and fauna are unique. Rich in biodiversity, it is the fourth largest island in the world, but also one of its poorest countries. With a population set to double by 2025, who have little access to education or basic services, the country faces a serious challenge to make sure it has enough food and natural resources for its future generations. In Fort-de-France, southern Madagascar, the Libanona Ecology Centre is one initiative that sets out to tackle some of the social and environmental problems that face local populations. The centre was set up in 1995 with funds sent from the Andrew Lees Trust, a UK charity which was set up in memory of the environmental campaigner Andrew Lees, who died whilst filming imperilled forests in the south of the island. The centre provides a range of educational courses in social and environmental disciplines for Malagasy students. Conservationists who train here also carry out field research and work with local villagers to help them find more sustainable ways of managing their natural resources.
One of the challenges in working in Madagascar, in rural Madagascar, especially the south, in conservation or rural development extension programs, is that well over 95% of the rural population is illiterate. More and more we're focusing on non-formal educational techniques. Radio is a medium which can be used to be able to reach rural populations. It's something that interests them. It's a means of passing messages in a creative manner, and it's also a way of reinforcing certain culture and traditions which are linked to biodiversity conservation.
In association with the Centre and funded by the European Commission, the Andrew Lees Trust is now developing an education project using radio broadcast. This is targeted to reach some of the most isolated populations in the south of the island. Project Radio is working with the Antandroy ethnic group in the Ambabombe region. Here there are difficult living conditions, a lack of clean running water, drought, famine, and lack of economic opportunities, all of which are made worse by little or no access to information or communications. Working in villages, Project Radio adopts a participatory approach to deliver radio programs about food security, sustainable resource management, and ways to improve standards of living. Local people are involved in all aspects of the research and development of the project, so that radio programs are relevant to their needs. Villagers prioritize their information requirements through a needs assessment process, which is carried out by the Project Radio team. Then local experts analyze the results to help identify subject matters, key messages, and program formats.
Chez l'enfant surtout. Dans ces thèmes, il y a l'hygiène de la propriété, c'est-à-dire propriété des mains, des aliments, de l'habitat.
In this health program, villagers record a dialogue about how to prevent diarrhea. It explains about the need to boil water, about careful food preparation and hygiene procedures, and the village children join in with songs. The program will also explain how to rehydrate children already suffering from diarrhea, and with an infant mortality rate running at 11%, this information can prove critical for survival. The Antandroy measure the economic wealth of their society by head of cattle, known as zebu. Zebu are also culturally significant. Believed to be the intermediaries between the living and the ancestors, they play an important part in cultural ceremonies, particularly in funerals. Protecting zebu is therefore very important. Diseases carried by ticks and disorders which accompany the rainy season can have a significant impact on the health of livestock and affect the community's economic and food security, especially as zebu are often sold during periods of drought. Veterinarian Sans Frontières is one of a number of locally based NGOs and service providers who are collaborating with Project Radio. Like many organizations in the region, they're keen to find other ways of communicating their messages, particularly their local services and how to participate in their activities on the ground.
I chose to do this project, I think, because I've seen a lot of development projects which have failed because they have not incorporated communication as an integral part of what they're trying to do. And I think that the use of media can be very effective, not just as a form of education, but for reinforcing development action.
Villagers are also keen to participate, so that the programs are made in their dialect, are sensitive to their local customs and beliefs, and help to keep alive an Antanduri culture rich in music and song. Local radio stations participate by broadcasting the programs.
Ny fandaharany projet radio eto amin'ny radio Jet A. Minofinaritra tompoko lahy, minofinaritra tompoko vavy.
And Project Radio is placing free play clockwork and solar powered radios with key people in target villages to help as wide a group of people as possible to hear the programs. The radios don't need batteries, so they're environmentally as well as economically appropriate. Radio is recognised as an effective way to reach local people whose traditional means of communicating involve storytelling, music and song. It can provide essential information about food security and health, critical to the well-being of the community. And it can prove to be a lifeline with the outside world.
Kumengerano maniti jaja, jangan hivala. Fahanurano jaja, nau fatia umivala. Fa jaja mivala nge, marandano inunu kere. Fahanurano jaja, nau fatia umivala. Fa jaja mivala nge, marandano inunu kere.